Welcome to Great Talking Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby! Hello and welcome. This is going to be my non-spoiler review for the new movie that's in theater by Marvel Studios, The Marvels. Now, I know everybody's been seeing mixed reviews for the movie, The Marvels, and you may not be sure if you want to see this just because you may have saw the Rotten Tomato score / the audience or any platform or vlog or anybody who does content creator stuff like this has reviewed it and explained how they felt about it. Some are positive, some are not. So let me be the one to convince you to go check this out to see if you guys like it. So again, this is my non-spoiler. I will not spoil anything about this, but I will have a spoiler review in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. And before we start, all I can ask you guys is one little thing. If you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel, hit the like button. Definitely share this post to help my channel grow, to give me new members, new audience, new fans of this. I definitely appreciate this. So if you can do that, I say thank you. So y'all been warned. This is a non-spoiler, so let's get into it. The Marvels is an action-packed film with a lot of surprising and action-packed and great chemistry between the three actresses who play certain roles in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the movie The Marvels. And they had some unexpected cameos and interaction I did not expect, but I was glad Marvel went this route. With the story of the whole movie, you see so much going on, and I think this film has, I would say, fixed a lot of things that maybe the Captain Marvel movie should have done in the first place, but I think this makes it all up. For example, actress Brie Larson, her performance is amazing as Captain Marvel. I definitely feel like she took this character to another level of understanding Captain Marvel, and I also think she got more time on the screen and really got to show more emotions with this character, to really show actress Brie Larson's just acting skills, her acting chops. And I think she did an amazing performance. I think that I am definitely rooting for her. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of haters out there that just are not a fan of her. But I think she's really improved. And I think that I definitely want to see more of Captain Marvel. And what I mean by that, I want to see Brie Larson as Captain Marvel a little bit more longer. I think she deserves 2 more films at least. And I tell you what, I think another thing that I liked about her in this movie was she really improved. Like, she doesn't sound like a rope, like no personality, like soldier robot type thing. And I think that's what people got kind of turned off by in the first Captain Marvel film. But even that, I still like the Captain Marvel film itself. It's a great movie, and I really enjoy it, just because it led up to Avengers Endgame, of course. And I also like just the fact that we got to see more of the character Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers is a softer side, and we're seeing more of her struggles of what she's dealing with, that just her trying to balance the responsibilities that she has and also make up for what she's done, and just to try to be a true superhero. Like, she's learning to be a superhero, again, in a sense of it, because of what has happened throughout the whole MCU, of course. So you see a lot of that, and I definitely see a lot of growth. Now, actor Samuel Jackson showed a different side of the character Nick Fury that actually brightens him up and makes him more of a complete character, but with a complete change of pace of how we would see Nick Fury. But he's still Nick Fury with the secrets on secrets type. He is the spy of all spies. But what I like about this is Samuel Jackson. He always does an amazing jobs in his movies, and he's a great actor. He's a legend. He's the OG, and he always does that character right. But what I really liked about him in this particular film was the fact that if you have not seen the Secret Invasion war film or movie, or not movie, but sorry, TV show on Disney Plus, you'll definitely see that what he went through on that series spills over in this film, and we see him have a new perspective. We see him with new life, new meaning. And what I mean by that is, again, without spoiling the Secret Invasion series that's on Disney Plus, it really shows him where he's at and where his mindset's going. But we also see him coming up with something. He's cooking. He's creating something with this character, and I really like the way Marvel Studios and Samuel Jackson's. I would really guess that Samuel Jackson does have some say about this character, since he's been playing this character for a long time, and he understands the comic books origin of him, of the character Nick Fury. So I really like the choices they made, and I like the direction they're going with this character. And I think this really opens the eyes of people who just want to know, because that character is an important character within Marvel Comics, like all the characters are, of course. But this is something that you see that him rebuilding, redesigning the idea of him creating the Avengers for S.H.I.E.L.D. And now we're seeing a rebirth, a redesign of that in a new way. I know I said better way, but in a better way that he thinks it will be the right way to go. And we still see the struggles and some of the battles he's dealing with, but this does indicate that he's learning, and he's discovering about how to run things in a better way than he might have tried from the Phase 1 series. So definitely enjoying this, and I really just like that of his new ideas, his new cruise ship. I think it's just really neat. Actress Aman Benali, she stole the whole movie. She stole the show, and I apologize if I did not say her name correct. Like, I did not mean. I have practiced over and over to pronounce that name, and I will get better at that. But she really, really, really did really good. I mean, she's been doing good since Ms. Marvel. And just like that, you also notice in this film that if you have not watched the Ms. Marvel series on Disney Plus, a lot of that what has happened spills into this film. And I'll tell you what, I think Marvel Studios should really focus on her and build the next phases around her, because I'm telling you, she really brought this character to life. Yes, there are like signs of her that resembles how Tom Holland portrays Peter Parker, but again, she is a young, quirky, nerdy teenager that's becoming a young adult. And I honestly, she she's learning how to be a superhero, just like Peter Parker has. Whether you watch the MCU, the Sam Raimi's version, or the Amazing Spider-Man, like you just see him become Spider-Man. This is how they're doing that with her, and the character Kamala Khan, who is Ms. Marvel. We just see her just be herself, and it was really fun. I also just like the idea of her with her superpowers ability, and it definitely brought a lot of interest in. Because I think when people see this, when you go watch this film, I think a lot of people, and I think if you have not seen this yet and you're checking out my non-spoiler review, the one thing I can bet on is that you will find it more interesting to know about Ms. Marvel. Like, definitely you want to check out and learn about Captain Marvel and Captain Rambo, of course. Like, definitely do that. But with her, there's something about this character and the way they're portraying her in the live action Ms. Marvel, that's who I'm talking about. They done so good. Like, she needs another season or a solo film in the MCU. Like, and I think they can do amazing things, because if you just read any Ms. Marvel comics, there's some great comic books that they can get inspired by and do things. Like, think about it. We got the X-Men, we got Fantastic Four, and then there's comic books where she's interacted with some of these characters, like a Fantastic Four, the X-Men, or any type of mutant, or one-on-one between just one version of the Fantastic Four, like one of the teammates is what I'm trying to say. There's comic books where she's around the Avengers. There's a video game where she's like interacting with the Avengers. Like, this character has been interacting with these, and to see where they have this character in a live action, like, they done it so right that when they do this, like, it's gonna be executed on point. And I think you, the audience, just people who are just fans of Marvel or superhero films in general, would definitely enjoy the next projects with this character, because in this film she was really awesome. And again, the actress, she killed it. And I mean, that's the best casting choice they made since Robbie Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and more. Like, this is it. Like, they really got it, and there's so much more. I really want to see this, and that's how that film made me. Now, the other actress, Tiana Perez, played Captain Rambo very well. And even, like, again, if you have not seen the WandaVision series on Disney Plus, the story that what she left off in that series spills over in this film. And just to see this actress take this character to another level as well just shows of what she's been through, what she's going through. It showed more an emotional side, because we haven't seen that character since WandaVision. And what people may not forgotten about, or people have not seen in the WandaVision series in a non-spoiler way, there was some stuff that she hasn't addressed yet, that she hasn't talked about yet in a very long time. And to finally see her, respond to these, address these issues, is really fun and delightful. And I tell you what, I think that to see her where they're using this character is a big deal. And honestly, this helps, like, shapeshift the MCU to the next level, just because of the idea of, like, we never really, between Captain Marvel film and the WandaVision film, there was a huge gap. Because obviously in Captain Marvel, Captain Rambeau was just a little girl. But now, since WandaVision, we've seen what's going on with her life so far, and this is it. She's like she's the one character I think like the Marvel fans or just hardcore fans, whether they're like a comic book fan or whatever. I think they're the fans of that are gonna be really excited with this because what they what the one thing Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and in this film, the Marvels have not shown is her full potential of power that she has and the ability that she can do. Like they give a little glimpse of it, but very little. I mean, like very little, and they kind of gloss over it. But I think that they're either a saving this for Avengers movie to show her full potential of power because it probably makes more sense to see that stuff happen to a big bad villain than just see, you know, one in like a just a not a Thanos type level villain. I guess would be the right way to say it. But she just got so much power that I just can't wait to see that character used. And again, this is a character I truly believe that needs a solo film. I would say more of a solo film just because this character has so much comic books that they can get inspired by. I just think it'd be really cool to see that. And I think like the diehard fans will truly be waiting and hoping and be definitely be excited to see more of this character. And now for people who don't really know Captain Rambeau, I would suggest to YouTube some stuff, Google some stuff, just buy some comic books, and you'll definitely understand that character more. And I'll tell you what, this film doesn't even scratch the surface of what Captain Rambeau is all about. And same with Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel. Now, as far as like the graphics from the CGI, the VFX effects, they're all really good and amazing. This one to me, it feels more like a Guardian of the Galaxy or a Thor: Love and Thunder film, graphics and design. Because it's more outer space ish type, but I really enjoyed it for that, and they definitely did a different take. If you ever seen any version of Charlie Angels, this definitely has that formula in that film. Like obviously the three Marvels are the Charlies or the Angels. I'm sorry, and Nick Fury is Charlie, and they all three in this film, and I know that why they did it too, but this shows a positivity of sisterhood, female empowerment, and honestly, this I don't think there's nothing wrong with a female leading actress or actresses taking a big role of a movie like a Marvel film. I think this shows that there's some female Marvel characters that deserve the spotlight of this big, like an Iron Man, Captain America, because these characters have so much stories, again, that they can get inspired by just reading the comics. And I know Marvel Studios has all the arcs and stories to them, and so there's a lot of inspirations, and there's a lot of cool ways they can go with these characters, I should say, besides making them the damsels in distress. Like, yes, we want to see them find true love, of course, but you also don't want them to be the ones being captured from the villain, like Mario and Bowser and Princess Peach type thing. So these characters got more to it, and I really liked it. There's some stuff I didn't like about it, but as a whole, it was a fun film, and I know that's the thing that you may be hearing. Well, it's just a fun film, and that's all people got. But I'll tell you what, I like it. Without spoiling the story of this, is I like where they're going with it because the story of this is just about three different personalities and three different stages. Like Captain Marvel is not once and has something going on. Captain Rambo's trying to learn more about herself, and then you have Ms. Marvel, who is trying to learn to be a superhero. And that's the story. That's kind of like the backbone of that story is just seeing these three help each other out to understand and learn so they don't make the same mistakes like each one has. And I honestly just thought that was the best way to go with it. Honestly, I mean, there's no other way you could go with three characters like that without them just learning to team up together, to learn to stand up for one another and just grow together. I think that's the best way of a story you can go with that. I mean, I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was a great movie, and I think there was nothing wrong with the story. I think that was the only way they can go. But that's a good thing, because if they choose to have these characters again, let's say they decide to say, "Oh, next year we're going to have the Marvels too." Okay, great. They made something. They created a story, and now it could pay off in a part 2 or a part 3, and a part 3 if possible. And here's the thing, like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. What I didn't like about it is there's certain characters in this film that I think they should keep a little bit longer than how they kept them in this film. I think, there was characters in this film that could be even more devastating. Like, they could have used these characters in other Marvel films. That's what I think. And I also just like the idea. That's just one of my negative opinion about the film itself is, again, there's just characters I feel like they should do more with and show more than other characters, if that makes sense. Now, with the post-credit scene, I think definitely the diehard fans are going to freak out and be excited. And I think that this was a sign of showing where they're going, and there's some comic book accuracies that could be happening. Like, but again, I'm not gonna spoil, but I would suggest, even if you watch this film, I definitely would suggest to read Captain Marvel comic books, or just watch YouTube videos of somebody explaining it, or doing the top 5 comic books you should read or whatever. And Captain Rambo and Ms. Marvel, because what you saw was mind blowing. Like, there's some possibility, and Marvel Studio has me believing just right now, that they're gonna do something very comic book accurate in the future. So that's all I'm saying about that. But again, I think this is a great film. I think this is a movie that did better than Thor 4, Love and Thunder. I think it was better than Quantumania. So that's just my opinion. But it's really a good film, and I just think everybody on this film really executed this. So I really wish it got better reviews. I wish people praised it more. But again, I liked it. So if I had to give it 1 out of 10, I'm definitely giving this a 10. Like, it was a good film. Like, I could watch this without watching every other Marvel film. Like, I just liked it in general. I like the story of it. It's a simple story, but sometimes a simple story is the best story. And that's just me. And I know a lot of people, again, may not have that same opinion about it, but that's just mine. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.